This is the Nike SB Dunk Low Rodeo BHM, and I hope I say this right, but I think it's Tourmaline. With that being said, I do want you guys to comment down below, what is your favorite SB Dunk? And you can also let me know if you don't like SB Dunks in the comment. Just leave me a comment and let me know what either your favorite pair is or whether you don't even rock with Dunks at all. Let's go ahead and get straight into this video, and I'm super hyped. Let's get straight to it.
What's up, sneakerheads? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Nature Boy Chuck, and I know in a lot of cases it may feel like the sneaker realm and buying sneakers is like the Wild Wild West. I would like to say it's not, but you've seen the lines at Hibbett stores or other footy stores where they're fighting over a pair of Jordans, or even sometimes shooting, which we don't want that to happen, or the likes of the massive crowds, the pushing of the barricades that you've seen in New York releases, which I kind of like that, by the way. It is a lot of chaos, but sometimes you got to learn how to ride the chaos. And we're going to be doing that today with one of the most anticipated Nike SB releases of 2025.
I'm so hyped, y'all. I don't even know. Colorway is fire,
Nike
as y'all can see right there.
Dunk Low Rodeo Black History Month.
And the funny thing is, I didn't even know this was a Black History Month thing. I should have known by BHM, but then again, I wasn't even thinking about like it bring like some like specific abbreviation. But this is gonna be crazy, y'all. Y'all in for a treat, man. Watch the video throughout, because at the end of the video, I have something for y'all to watch after. So stay tuned.
I have been anticipating this particular SB ever since we seen early pics from Yankee Kicks in January.
No cap. I see this via sneaker review. And if y'all don't know, I do sneaker reviews every single Sunday. I'm dropping 2 videos every single day, y'all. So that means 2 different sneaker release videos on Sunday. And today is currently Saturday, so I'm dropping tomorrow. But with that being said, y'all, hit that subscribe and notification bell if you're not tapped in, because I'm giving y'all not only sneaker releases, you're getting top 10 lists, sneaker reviews, you're getting game videos on like just different sneaker game tips that I got for y'all and things like that, y'all. We only getting better. So hit the wave right now before it's too late, y'all. I'm telling y'all.
Instagram page, Nature Boy Chuck. If you go in there and follow, I made a post of those images on January 21st. And man, it got a lot of course, a reaction from the sneakerheads that follow me on my particular IG. And everybody has been anticipating this sneaker. Now, the only problem that I found is it did not release when they freaking said it was going to release. And that has been an issue, or will it continue to be an issue? It looks like we may have a firm date coming up, but on today's episode, we're going to go over a couple of key things. We're going to talk about the release, the delays, and what was really the issue with having this shoe coming out at the particular time it's supposed to. Next, we're going to talk about the design and why I think the inspiration behind what Nike brought to the table with this particular SB is going to make it one of the most prevalent and favorite SBs to launch this year. And last but not least, guys, we're going to talk about on foot. How does this shoe feel, fit, and moves around in the overall look? There's a lot of details that go into this particular shoe that are going to shock many people.
Now, before he even gets into all that, I have tried a pair of Dunks on. I have never tried SB though, but I'm not really expecting too much comfort. I know SB's got a little bit more comfort, especially within that tongue. It got a real puffy tongue, but with that being said, I'm not really expecting too much. So we're gonna go ahead and see. I ain't gonna lie, I just might cop this sneaker. It's just like I rather like spend it towards like my YouTube channel or things like that. But it's just like, I don't know. We're gonna have to see if this thing gonna sell me.
We're gonna break down every last one starting right now. Now, the retail price is going to be just like every other Nike SB Dunk at $135.
For resale.
The difference in between this, you're not going to only see it at skate shops, but you're going to see it on sneakers and some other tier 1 stores or tier 0 stores.
I ain't gonna lie, if I could buy it for $135, that's an instant cop.
At different locations. Now, the
for
mass
summertime,
production of how many is going to be in this particular shoe,
that would be crazy.
I don't know yet. I know the average price around StockX is anywhere from the higher 200s to the higher 300s in the bigger sizes. I anticipate that being consistent with what we've seen in the last couple of weeks. It will drop another $50, $60 just like every release. But I'm going to tell you this. This is not going to be the particular model that you need to sleep on thinking, oh, I can just watch the price, don't really have to rush into it. Any particular raffle that you see on this sneaker, you need to jump on it. Now, I know some people are probably watching this video.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pause too much, and let me make sure my camera is in the right spot. But y'all, I've never entered a raffle, y'all. Like, the crazy thing is, yeah, I just never entered a raffle. Like, I guess I need to do more research on raffles, but it's like that's never been a thing to me. I always just went out to go buy a sneaker. I've never tried to raffle it because I believe if you go for a raffle, you basically get the sneaker for free or like some sort of thing, and I just thought the chances be rare. But then again, yeah, I've never done a raffle. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts if y'all ever done a raffle before and if y'all actually ever won a raffle. But I just feel like the odds would be so low, especially with people tapping in, because I know people just have so much free time, they be just tapping in with raffles. And I bet you there's sneakerheads that are just more avid than me, and they just want a sneaker more than me, so they're just willing to put that grind work for a raffle. But yeah, I gotta tap in. I'm keeping it updated too. Keep it updated for sure.
Before the end of this video, you're gonna understand why I'm so hyped up about this particular shoe and why a lot of other people feel the same exact way. Now I want to take a quick break to thank my subscribers. Thank you guys for liking, commenting, and subscribing to this channel. I work my butt off to make sure I give you guys great detailed reviews. And if you're new and you're watching
y'all the goats.
And you're not sure about this channel,
y'all the reasons why we really at where we at.
Go back and watch some other videos. We break down and detail reviews on many other shoes other than Nike SBs, but to give you a great look of the details, inspiration, and most importantly, how they look on foot. Whether it's market changes or release dates, we are here for you on Nature Reviews. I'm Nature Boy Chuck. Once again, thank you. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so first, you can see it. It is all around the shoe. You see this green color in which it is labeled as tourmaline green. Now, tourmaline is another aspect of a jewel where many jewels have different colors, and the one particular color is the tourmaline green, which is the green color that you're gonna get on this shoe here. Now, the suede material is beautifully crafted all the way around the shoe, all the way through the toe box, upper and the back heel portion of this sneaker, giving it a very distinctive and eye-popping look. The last time we seen this color in the Nike SB was in 2008 for the Olympic Games in Beijing. Now, some of you guys
don't even look the same. Like this right here, look, I don't know if maybe because it's like aged and stuff like that. Y'all know how sneakers yellow over time. I don't know if that's kind of like that aged look, but it's not even suede. It's like a more like a leathery type of, like a classic leather type of a feeling. This is not really the same. This sneaker right here is next level.
You know, my 80s baby.
Next level for sure.
2008 Beijing Games, the big hype moment of that Olympics was Michael Phelps. Of course, I think, what was the name that they call him? The Aquaman. They call him Human Aquaman, something like that. But that was the last time we seen a green in the SB dunk of this colorway, I should say. Now, all the way around the shoe, you're going to notice this unique monarch orange tubing that you see, which is decked around every portion where you would normally see the cut lines of the particular shoe. It is decked all the way around, and it feels like a leather type material, guys, and it is on point. Nike did not miss anything with crafting this shoe. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit wider than almost any SB that I've seen before. Even working its way along to the back, you're going to see that same colorway in a crackled leather. Now you notice the Nike symbol there is going to be in a rope style texture. That's going to be the nod for the Wild Wild West, and which you're going to talk about in just a moment. And also on the Nike,
I wonder why they have flames on them though.
The Nike check has a brown leather nubuck slash suede feel, guys. It feels incredible on that Nike check, and it looks rich and dark itself. It's going to show up a little bit darker on this camera that we actually see here, but it's not as dark as you may think on top of that green color itself. Right inside the back portion of the heel below that, you're going to have another suede material of that brown color, and we're going to talk about the reasoning why they did it this particular way. Now on the inside, it's going to be a silky type material, guys, which is very, very smooth across the front, the foot itself, and that is in regulation with one of the things that we're going to talk about right now. Now, let's start with the top. The top portion of this shoe is going to be the Wild West Sunset. Riding into the sunset, ride into chaos, however you want to say it.
Wait, can you say that one more time?
Sunset. Riding into the top. The top portion of this shoe is going to be the Wild West Sunset, riding into the sunset, ride into chaos, however you want to say it. That is going to be the depiction of the sun. That's why you have that yellow, silkier type flow in the inside portion.
I didn't even notice the laces are a little different
too. What becomes more interesting is what we have inside the box. It is going to come in your standard cream Nike SB box. And I told you guys earlier, you're going to start to see the purple boxes are only going to be for the skaters. We just seen it with the Udo Origami release, and this is not a pro skater shoe in general. This is going to be in the cream color box. So let's pop this open. And
you got a special cloth in there?
You actually had the
I knew they were going to have some laces. W laces. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if they would have went with the orange, or actually, let me cut real quick.
Of course, that's a nod to the Wild Wild West in the cowboy
this is definitely cool, though.
Type theme. But let me show you why we have this here. This is going to be the bandana that you have on the inside of the box. Tough. You see the cowboy.
Is it OD to like wear the bandana with the shoes? I don't know.
On the horse,
I really don't know.
His hat, lifting it up, and as you can see there. Right there, that is used in a lot of cases for the horse to be able to jump over. That is used in a lot of rodeos, different events, and it's particularly something that cowboys use in the Wild West when they're doing some kind of stunts and events. Now, on the bottom portion of this bandana, you're going to see what is going to be one of the most interesting things about this particular release. On the bottom, it's going to say, what's going to happen is going to happen. Now, that quote itself is not just a random thing that has popped up. That quote has came from the late, great Willie, if you heard me, Pickett. Now, a lot of people say, Chuck, that is not his name. No, you are incorrect.
Hopefully y'all can see that. It literally just says Willie M. Pickett on the right. And it says Rodeo Hall of Fame African American Cowboy.
Birth name. Back in the day, we all know William or Willie was always the first name of somebody who by the name was nicknamed Bill. That's where you get the name Bill Pickett. Now, Bill Pickett was born December the 5th. I'm a December baby myself, but December the 5th, 1870. He later died in 1932, but he was known to be one of the most famous and world-renowned cowboys in the world at that particular time. His nickname also was called, of course, the Bulldogger, which later they had a film dedicated towards just his name that he actually starred in. Now, the interesting thing about Bill Pickett himself is, as a young child, growing up in the area he did, of course, the times that he grew up in was heavily racist and pro-dominant for his white and the demand over black people himself. Bill Pickett was raised on a farm. He went to school for a short period of time. He dropped out of school to go venture off into being a cowboy. The thing that set him apart from a lot of other cowboys, him being on a farm, was what we call bulldogging. Now, this thing with bulldogging has now turned into steer wrestling, which a cowboy is going to be riding on this horse right beside steer that's going to be right down the ground. And what they'll do is they'll jump off of the horse.
Damn!
Pull him up, jump off of the horse, and jump on top of
Damn!
Pull him back, sliding his feet, and they call that steer wrestling. What was different
was crazy.
Bill Pickett back in the day did not just do it that way. He did it what they call bulldogging, was he took his mouth and he bit either the nose or the lip of the steer back as he pulled them to make them fall over or stop immediately. He was known as being one of the best bulldoggers in the world.
Different breed.
And right now he is in the National Hall of Fame for his Cowboys, which is extremely extraordinary. Now, let me tell you this, in 1955, that's when the Rodeo Hall of Fame actually started. He was not inducted into the Hall of Fame until 1972. Now, that is a huge discrepancy in time and difference. He was long gone in that period of time. But it was one illustration to what Nike is doing, and the reason why they have this flag, or bandana, I'm sorry, I should say, with that cowboy being in the background. That's why some people, I would say most people, even myself, has deemed this the Black History Month Nike SB Rodeo. It was not too often that a black cowboy has had a rodeo named after him, but Bill Pickett did. Now, it was not a rodeo that Bill Pickett started himself. It was actually started by Mr. Lou. Lou Vanson was the founder and the creator of the Bill Pickett Rodeo, which has been going on for 40 years. I think in 2024, they just celebrated their 40th anniversary of the Bill Pickett Black Rodeo, and it is by far one of the best orchestrated rodeos that I've ever seen before in my life. Now, me and my wife was just speaking about going to a rodeo, and she just stated it is time to go to a rodeo, and they're going to have some events listed. Now, if you're simply interested, there's going to be a link below in the comment section just so you can check out the details of it, and another video of now owner Valera Cunningham. Miss Valera Cunningham is the wife of Mr. Lou, and when he passed away, she took over it, and she has been doing a phenomenal job keeping it going into what we see today. Now, there's a couple of interesting things when I spoke about Bill Pickett in relation to the Bill Pickett Rodeo Invitational that's depicted in this shoe. Now, let's go back to the shoe so we can break them down. First, we're going to start with the very obvious. You're going to see the rope laces that you see in the front portion of the shoe. Of course, that's going to be what the cowboys use to lasso down the steer before he jumps on it, doing the bulldogging or steer wrestling, wherever you're going to call it. And at first, you'll see the leather piping that's all the way around the shoe. That's a depiction of the leather and everything that they used on this particular thing that sits on a horse that we all know as the saddle. The Western saddle is built like no other, and a lot of the leathering, it's a full leather product that goes all the way wrapped all the way around from the front to the back with different types of leather material, and that's what you're going to see on this particular shoe. Now, the back portion also depicts portions of the saddle. You're going to see the crackled leather, which is known to be on the saddle also in a different layer. You're going to see the brown textured leather being there, and even the Nike check is going to resemble the different colors of the leathers that you will find on a saddle itself also. The Western style writing of the cursive right there on the Nike sign on the back portion, but let's not leave out the Western Star. The Western Star has been used a lot of times.
Oh, it's a Western Star.
In many depictions of the Wild West and Western cowboy terms. So that star being on there is simply dedicated to that. It is not an exact tribute to anything to do with Bill Pickett, but it is the Western Star, as they call it in the cowboy world. Now, in the back portion of the tongue, you're going to see this here. Going to see that star again. And as it reads, guys, it's going to say, certified for the real riders, crafted for the modern cowboy. That is awesome. But one other thing I took out of that also is the front portion of the Nike SB on the tongue. It is going to be another leather strap that's strapped across, and you're going to see your Nike SB there. But I like the way they put the Dunk Low Pro being on there too. Now, the tongue itself is going to be your same style of tongue, a little puffiness being on there. On the inside portion of the tongue is going to be a silk, as where in the inside top portion of the collar is going to be silk in the inside also. This is a very smooth shoe once you put it on, but we'll talk about that on the unfoot portion. Is the Sonona, as you see, Western graphic that's going to be on the side shoe. That's another thing that you will find either on a saddle. Many people will call it a branding type thing, but most branding was dedicated to many things for as clubs or groups that they were associated with in the West. But on the Sonona, you see it a lot of times on cowboy boots. Also, it's just a unique pattern that's used in the West a lot of times, and they put that branding or that type of artistry on this shoe also. Shoe is wrapped and decorated in some of the finest materials, guys. I kid you not. The materials on this shoe is A1. On the inside portion of the tongue, they stepped it, inside portion of the shoe. Let me take this out. If I can get it out, you'll notice, look at this. Bam, Nike SB, and you see the steer in the background. You see the sunset, which vibes with the top portion of the yellow being here too. And we'll take this out so you can see it on the other one too, where he has the horse, of course, layered back, riding it up with the hat being the same way as it is on the bandana.
It's a small detail.
You see the paddings on the back portion, known for Nike SBs too. We did a joke about that a long time ago. So I just wanted to make sure I show you guys. Everything for us, the details are phenomenal on this shoe. Now, another reason that I think they took the Tourmaline green from and put it on this shoe was the movie poster. The movie poster that they used for the Bulldogger, which also had titled World Colored Champion. Of course, we're back in the times where race was a big issue and things, and a lot of other things were divided. But on this movie poster, he was posted there as Bill Pickett being in there. And the background, as you can see, had this same reference of color. Another reason why a lot of people also assume this to be the Black History model, and I pretty much just take it as it is. Will Rogers, Buffalo Bill, I should say. So it was a lot of other riders that he joined on this, and it was a phenomenal showing and show, and they put up those posters everywhere, and it was pretty great achievement, I should say, for Bill Pickett to be on those posters as a Black man, colored man, as they stated on the poster, to be headline for that show. Now that you've gotten all the details and everything wrapped into the what, when, how, and why of this shoe, and why we've talked about it as the Black History Month Nike SB, let's take a look at how this beautiful sneaker looks on foot. Yes, sir, on foot with a Nike SB is probably one of the most anticipated things that I love to do with these shoes, because they bring out such great characters depending on who the pro skater is or what they are themed after, or in the case we're looking at today, a Western cowboy rodeo African American Bill Pickett. I know that was a lot, but let's take a look at these sneakers on foot. On foot, they look great. I like the way they showcase themselves.
They look so clean.
I think that
I would went white socks though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not really a fan of black socks.
These shoes stand out, and I'm so glad they fitted them all the way around.
Or is he wearing brown?
And tourmaline green.
Can't
now
really
this
tell.
green color soaks up the camera, and it looks great, guys. It is a eye catcher, and a lot of times with my sneakers, that is something that I really, really like and want. The rope laces really set it off and pull the tourmaline green right on out from the shoe. You got the leather tubing monarch orange that's wrapping all the way through the sneaker, which gives it a distinctful look. It's almost like having a perfect sentence with a explanation on the back end. Every time I look at these shoes, I don't know why I think of that, but I do. But the Sonoma markings being on the back portion, the suede on this shoe is absolute A1. There is not a Nike SB Dunk that's out right now that has better materials than this particular model.
Really?
The cross, or should I say the Nike that's in the back that looks like the rope style of cursive writing looks great too. The crackled leather, which is not like your crackled leather when we're talking about like the Jordan 1 reimagines that are coming up. We're talking about the cracked leather as if it is on a saddle, purposes being on there too. The Western Star in the back looks good. And the red, who would have thought putting this red on the bottom portion of the sole in a gum texture would stand out like this? But it absolutely pops, and it works with, of course, the way that they have it threaded on the tongue itself with the Nike SB Dunk Low Pro. I really, really love that touch also. Now, I didn't get a chance to be able to put the tourmaline green laces in it so you guys can see it, but I kind of think you can use your imagination to figure out how that looks. Now, one thing I did not like as much as I thought I would is the all silk inside. This, guys, look, your foot and heel
looks pretty
feels
cool. I
like
mess
it
with it.
slides around almost too much. I might be overthinking this. I know we're used to the silk inside of Jordans and things like that and other SBs, but man, the silk inlay goes all the way through this shoe from the back heel to the front toe box. You're gonna
imagine it adds more
fineness
comfortability, no?
of silk. However you want to look at it, it's going to be all the way through the shoe. Now, one thing I can tell you is from the green on the shoe indoor to outdoor, there is going to be a difference, and you can see it on the camera right now. If you have it outside, you're going to get this brush of this light green, turquoise, I don't know, type color that you'll see vision like you see on the camera here. It still looks good. It still looks great, But I'm just warning you ahead of time. The outside look of the green versus the inside is going to be dramatically different. Both textures both pictures or videos, I should say, is going to look good with the green itself. Now, the one thing I'll say that is a nice touch is that brown when you are outside. That brown on the Nike check in the back heel portion wrapping up to the collar looks great. The touches on this shoe is going to make this one of the most remembered Nike SB Dunks for a very long time. I'm proud of it. Now the tongue itself is not dapped in, I should say, that suede material. It is almost like a cloth. It comes in a almost vertical / horizontal pattern that runs down the shoe. I wouldn't say it's corduroy or anything like that, but it is a different texture than what you'll have on the suede upper all the way around the shoe. But other than that, guys, this shoe is phenomenal. It feels like any other SB other than the silk that's being on the inside. It kind of slides around a little bit. But the padding on the heel, comfort-wise, you're going to be A-okay. I'm just giving you a warning on that portion, I should say. But the on-foot impressions of this shoe is great. Now, guys, I know I talked a lot about materials and how great they are. Now, I'm going to show you an SB that I'm extremely proud of.
Damn, we got a
had one of the best
comparison
materials,
this too?
and it's going to be this particular model.
Ooh,
here.
Those are Haritos,
this is
right?
going to be the Nike SB
the soda?
Dunk Harito. Now, you guys know, if you've been following me, how much I talk about this particular model and deemed it one of my favorite Nike SBs.
What y'all know about this one? Because I don't know nothing really, I can't lie.
The burlap
I just know it's fire.
Dyeing it into that color. This actually break away to another hidden layer onto the shoe itself. The Harito bottles being on the inside. Actually, you see the Nike being here on this portion. And, of course, you got Haritos being on that. As you can see, I wear my shoes, so they'll look dirty. Excuse that. But I would say this is going to be on the same level as far as materials, if not better, than the Haritos. And you guys know how much I talk about these freaking shoes. When I tell you the materials are A+++, they're A++++. All right, guys, so let me know what you think. I mean, you heard about the release date, and we finally got a date. Will you be copping the shoe on May the 7th? And we also talked about the
May
design
7th? Oh, it already
mechanisms
dropped.
and the inspiration behind this shoe. Whether you are white, whether you are a black person, orange, yellow, green, I don't care what it is. The cowboy theme and the person that I think it is inspired by is absolutely phenomenal.
Right.
Bill Pickett was a game changer. First African American inducted into the Rodeo Hall of Fame, amongst numerous other awards. The inspiration may not be directly tied to Bill Pickett, but I think it is if they put his quote on the bandana itself. Did Nike mess up and drop the ball on this release? I know they had some inventory issues, but Nike, you had one chance to get this one right. I'm not nitpicking. I'm just saying if there is a time that's set for a shoe that I think that is this groundbreaking and dedicated to the Wild West, dedicated to the cowboy, dedicated to the rodeo style of this in Black History Month, it should have been on time. Needless to say, guys, when you get this shoe or when you do get this shoe and able to cop, you're going to be happy with it. You're going to be happy with the materials on this shoe.
For sure.
You're going to be happy.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to forget, y'all, because I figured a lot of things, but I want to say, I feel like since this shoe seems to be like a really good shoe, because then again, I haven't had it in person, I feel like low-key was worth the wait. And I feel like this is such a fire sneaker, especially me hearing the storyline. I don't know, because he kind of made it seem like he didn't really know if it was made like in honor of Bill Pickett. But I'm always advocate for not just liking the style of a sneaker, but also for liking like the meaning behind it. And I feel like this has a really rich meaning to it. And I actually love that a lot, because it's not just like a sneaker that just looks nice, but it has one that, like, it has one of the most meaningful meanings I've ever heard about a sneaker, for real. But man, he had a lot of great info, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, y'all let me know if y'all messed with the reaction. Like Leave a like if y'all messed with me after this channel, because I would definitely bring some more in the future.
With what they offered on this particular model, I just think they messed up the date. The only problem that I think a lot of people are going to have with this shoe is, what if there was really a material issue with this shoe that cannot be fixed? Just enough is going to be released to appease everybody? We don't know. I caught my pair off eBay, guys, and I'll tell you this, I'm excited and was excited to cop off eBay. And the authentication purposes, everything is A1. I also scanned the shoe using the app Poison to verify it, and everything is A1 on it. I could not wait any longer. I really wanted to put this in my hands and talk about the story and the inspiration behind it. I am going to easily rate this shoe as a 9 out of 10. The only reason I would give it not a full 10 is because of the silk in the inside that runs all the way to the bottom, guys. It is just sliding around. I might be nitpicking, but I'm just being honest with you because that's what you guys like. But other than that, guys, they nailed it. Nike knocked it out the park with it, and you're going to be happy. When I tell you happy with this release of this particular model. Thank you guys for watching again.
Great video. I'm not going to lie. That's actually probably one of the best reactions I've had in a little minute. Man, very great story, very great history. Gave us a lot of great facts, details, and things of that nature. But the question that I am going to be asking you guys is, will you guys be copying this? And do you guys want to see me do my own in-depth review on the sneaker on my own channel? Let me know in the comment section and give me y'all's feedback. But with that being said, you guys, I actually had a little treat. If you guys remember from the beginning of the video, I did indeed say that I do have another SB review for you guys on the channel. Now, if you want to go and see that video, I really recommend it. It's a really good colorway, and it's a really nice dunk. It dropped a little earlier in 2025. And if you want to see that full in-depth review, go ahead and click the video right here. I'll see you in that one.